let's do that one. What's going on, everybody? Man, it feels like forever. It's been like 4 or 5 days. Oh my gosh, feels like it's been forever. So yes, okay. So all right. So we got a little bit of stuff going on today. Obviously, by the way. And welcome to everybody here in chat, man. I see a lot of guys here that's been watching some other games with us, and some new guys as well. Big shout out there to Mr. Ustrith there in the chat. How are you doing there, buddy? Hope you're doing well, man. Been a long time no see. I hope you're doing good. So what is that in the camera? So we're gonna go through that. This is like in the title. I've invested in X-Plane over the years, but I've always been looking for something extra, and I guess basically, let me start this off. I'm going to be adding in a few more things here at Christmas, but I don't have those things here during Christmas. So one of the big things, I'm going to have like a face cam for me for the yoke, so you guys can interact with me more. But this is more about the test of the pedestal base here beside me. I did one of these a long time ago, but things have gotten a lot better. The software's gotten a lot better, and my programming and custom stuff has gotten a lot better. So, yes, good to see you. So, a few little shout-outs here in the early part of the stream here. So, welcome, Nick. First one, what's up, bud? How are you? Ryan, Night Fury Gaming YouTube, what's up? Mike Travis, how are you? David Sayer, what's up, man? Good to see you there. It's Chuck, always good to see you. Walter, what's up? Hope you guys are ready for a little bit X-Plane. What's up there? Dennis, how are you, man? Bare Bones, bud. Good to see you guys as well. Tony, what's up? From a snowy Finland. Well, welcome from a kind of a chilly, cold North Carolina. So welcome to you there, bud. Steve, what's up, man? Jeff B. Good to see you sponsors here in chat and in the channel as well. And NASCAR Dirt Reviews, what's up, man? Nissan's win, how are you? Dimitri Silva, hey, this is live to save my day. There we go, man. Hope everybody's good. AJ Blake, what's up, man? Megawatt, what's up? Who else we got in here? Just make sure I get everybody. Yeah, Light Alley. Yeah, awesome to see X-Plane. I am too. What's up there, Jack Evans? Will this be the only stream? Yes, probably the only stream for tonight. Usually I'm good enough to get one in, and I'm actually kind of a little bit late on this one. Swifty, absolutely. Hopefully Swifty in the air will not be coming through. What's up? Is that Kaylin? Kaylin Willoughby, what's up? Hi, FTG. How are you? Oh, is that supposed to be Kayla Willoughby instead of Kaylin? Is that Clay? That wasn't it. That's Clay. I know some Willoughby, so I'm just curious. I can't remember. What's up there, Gary? What's up, Jeff? All right. Get that Swifty stuff in the cam. Yeah. What's up, Obaid? How are you there? Michael, what's up? Josh, J. Paul Lightfoot. Oh, I'm sorry, J. Paul. I totally missed it, man. Oh, don't take that personal. All right, here we go. Let's get started. All right, so here we go. GoFlight, basically pedestal base. It's a system module. All this is in one piece except for the FMC. I'm not the FMC. Sorry, the autopilot, which does look like a 737. Although really all I'm using it for is for heading bugs and for altitude, and basically just courses, just setting up different directions I want to go. So we are in the 1900, the Beechcraft. This is a kind of the old school, kind of a little small commuter plane. I think it's about a 12, 14 passenger plane there plus 2 pilots. It does do cargo. You see these a lot in Alaska. You see these a lot down in the islands. We'll do these for island hops. But it's a very good and reliable twin engine. So we've got our pedestal base here set up as twin engines. So we've got individual throttle 1 and 2, then prop 1 and 2s, and then mixtures as well. Now let's see. I guess I can maybe do this. Let's see if we can do a little bit of halfway decent camera work. So we've pretty much got, well, it's going to be okay. Yeah, so there's that up there. Now this all right here is landing gear systems as well. We've got a bunch of switches, all of our trims, all our flaps and stuff are over here. And then we've got a custom. Now this is what we're running. Everything's off the GPS here as well. So we've got all the GPS 530 Garmin here is all running off of these buttons and these rotaries. Then all the stuff here. So this is all throttles, as you can see. And then as you go back down a little bit further, everything down here is all, whoops, I'm trying to do my camera inverted plus, oops, it moved on me. Oh no. So we've got our switches up here. So we've got 8 toggle switches, basically where all of the stuff lighting wise happens. So all of our lights and, position lights, nav lights, beacons, landing, taxi, all that stuff happens there. And then we've also got COM 1, COM 2, nav 1, nav 2. And then this panel I have not yet done yet. It's the only one I haven't really set up yet, but it basically does all of my alerts and options for different things I want to monitor while we're flying. And then I've got another RP48, which has got 8 push buttons and 4 rotaries. So let me see if I can get that somewhat. It's not too bad. So it's going to be I hope it's big enough. I don't want to completely cover up the whole entire screen. But I figured it was good enough to give you a whole base of what I'm doing. Plus, by the time you add in a little bit of other stuff, yeah, man, it is there, Uthers, it is. It was an investment, but part of my deal was to really, I really love this. I've been in this since X-Plane 9, so I've done, X-Plane 9, and then I was one of the beta testers for Pilot Edge. And then we moved off. I just had life happen. We had a daughter, and I didn't really know how to do both of these together. So, it's like here we are back again, back in the full swing. So we're back in X-Plane 11 now, which I love X-Plane 11. It's absolutely fantastic. So if you're wondering where we are now at Burbank. I love flying in the California stuff. It's great. See on the mountains. The scenery's good. Everything else is good. Lots of traffic, lots of roads here. So we're right up north outside of LA. So we'll be doing a few patterns here depending on what the weather is. We'll kind of check and see what runways ATC's got us off. Of course, we're just kind of doing this all in-game. We're not using any VAT sim or anything yet because I want to make sure that I test this thing out fully and functionally. And I also need your guys' help here in chat. So if there are things in here, and I don't mean serious stuff, if there's serious stuff in there, you gotta, like looking at this stuff and you like looking at this. I've got some other things in here. Like we can pull up charts here on the right side. We can pull up GPS and zoom that in so we can explain some things. And then I've got other stuff like we can run just general charts on the left side plus all of our alerts and all that stuff. So we'll kind of, we'll kind of see what's going on with it. But hopefully, as long as everything's going well, maybe we get a couple more of these tests in, do some more flights. I've got the 737 set up. I've also got the King Air 200, also the C90B. Which is another King Air, and the 1900. Those are the 4 main planes that I have working here with the pedestal base. So all this stuff has to be pre-programmed inside the plane, and all has to be set, which works well. It just takes time. That's what I've been saying this whole entire time. So it does take time. So guys, link aircraft, please. What's up, Aviation Tours? Well, I can tell you that this one comes from Coronado. So if you want to, this is the, you can go to, there it is. So Coronado.com, grab it. It's the B1900 for X-Plane 11. Do not buy the one that's on sale for X-Plane 10. It will not work correctly. A lot of the side wash and a lot of the side prop stuff does not work. Or at least it's really unmodeled in X-Plane 10. So now it was something they brought in with turboprops here with X-Plane 11. So now once they get that in there, most of their stuff is all getting a big, huge update, and they all have to be separately paid for 11. So if anybody's out there just kind of, checking new planes out, say, hey, I didn't really notice that. It looks pretty good. Yeah, just be aware of that. So let's get cranked up, man. Enough, Jeff. I I usually won't, I won't say the stuff that I pay on. I mean, it's, it is a custom set. It's not exactly what they had on the website. So I did get a little bit more because I changed some things over. And also the autopilot up here was something I had before. It was a piece that I'd already bought. So it wasn't that. So, all right, let's do this. Let's figure out, let's go and get a few things turned on here. So we'll get our batteries, and I got buttons for all that. So we'll get generators, avionics, and then our buses all turned in so you can see our GPS come alive and all that good jazz. Hey, what's up, Core? How are you, man? Steve, Cal Fire Plan. Oh, yeah. Well, they've got some stuff, depends, what kind of model plane, and then people will do skins for it. It's kind of different than all the other ones when they actually do the modding and that kind of stuff for it. It does work a little different. Let's go ahead and get us some cabin lights on, although we'll turn a lot of these overheads off. That way everything's nice and bright. And I like flying at dusk. I won't fly, people say, why won't you fly at real time? Well, because it's hard to see that on stream. All you guys see is a panel and absolutely nothing else. So better find a real nugget. Oh, hey, what's up, Gavin? Oh, it's good, man. Loving the chair, man. Loving the chair. And if I miss some stuff today, guys, I'm going to be like really occupied. I've got your stuff up here, but if you ask a question, please feel free to ask it again. Always ask the mods and stuff to kind of be a little bit slack on that. Especially if we're playing something like this, which requires me to be more involved. What's up, Scott? Man, it's good to see you there. Matt Coleman, can you use keyboard? You can. It will fly with the mouse, but it's more like maybe if you want to test it and see There is free demos, by the way. That is something that you have. All right, so let's see. Let's go ahead and let's dial in. So we'll go in our radios here. Let's see. I'll pull up our charts. Now, I'm not going to do a ton of explaining just because I just don't want to, a lot of guys may not be familiar with X-Plane, and I guess in time I will certainly get to where we really get to the nitty-gritty of flight planning, fuel calculation, a lot of that big stuff. Today's basically we got plenty of fuel in here. We can even add some more in here just to make sure, which all this has got to be added in anyway, but yeah, sure, why not? Let's give us an hour and a half. We don't need it, but sure, why not? All right, so right up here, you should be able to see my mouse cursor there on the top. So we're going to grab our ATIS, which is where all of our weather stuff comes from. So I'm going to dial in 134.5, and we'll flip that over. And we should see some of that come up there. So they're arriving 8 and 9, departing, so basically everything. So it's pretty much wherever you want to go off of. Woo, that was loud. Thank you there. Is that Max Show? Thank you there. Appreciate that subscription there, bud. Appreciate it. Man, it's loud. I might have to up the X-Plane volume. That'll be something else too, by the way, guys. If there's anything that's like really out there and X-Plane needs to come up once we get engines rolling and everything, please let me know. I apologize for that. Hey, what's up there, Shine Runner? How are you, man? Serious, don't call you Shirley. It's good to see you there, J. Paul. All right, let's see. So we got 8 and 15 is what they're taking off of. Now we are, let's see, we're right off of Charlie. So we're somewhere right over in this vicinity. So we'll probably just taxi back here to runway 8. So I'm going to pull up my webpage here and AirNav, and it just gives me all of my basic airport and runway information. I already had Burbank up. So runway 8 is right traffic patterns, which means basically we're going to fly a square around. And thank you there, Carson Shannon. Appreciate your subscription as well there, bud. So we've got right runway traffic patterns there on runway 8. So we are departing runway 8 and 15. All right, so they got both. All right, so that's good. So we'll just we'll plan on taking off 8, which should be off to our left. So let's go ahead. Let's get some things fired up here. Let's get things ready to rock and roll. So we got now I'm not really going to be using most of the checklisters and stuff. There's really no point in it. Most of this stuff. Oh, hang on a minute. Is that working? Yeah, it is. Okay. All right. I feel like I've. All right. Let's see if this thing will. All right, so basically all we really want to do here, make sure our fuel is up and running. You've basically, in this one, you've got a bleed air. You've got the fuel cut on. You've basically got an igniter and then a starter. That's pretty much it. Oh, my gosh, unless you get into this where, oh, I hate this. Evidently, there's been a plane that just went right in front of us and pushed us off. Oh, man. I'm going to have to take these planes off because they're doing this more and more and more. And the brakes don't seem to work. It will not stop the plane. I'm not exactly sure why. And I think there's maybe something to do with... Yeah, see, it doesn't matter. Oh, my God. All right. Jeez. All right. Let me do this. Let's just take the AI aircraft out because we don't need them. And... it only happens when jets, because now they actually model in wind turbulence behind and wind shear, not wind shear, but all your vortices behind the planes whenever they take off. So whenever you got 737s taken in and out, let's go ahead and reload that. Dadgummit. It's so embarrassing. All right. Can we change location, start new flight? There we go. All right. All right, I think that should be good. All right, let's try that again. All right. All right, we'll get our fuel standby pumps on. And bleed air's up. And let's turn our EFIS displays on. So that should got everything on. You kind of, Michael. I'm going to catch once I get things fired up here. What's up, Jace? Yes, you can there, Michael. You can, but there's a plugin that allows you to do that, but it is not multiplayer like what you would consider multiplayer to be. That's the only thing. It is a little bit different than it is. Most of it is all single player, and even if you do wind up getting out and able to do something, it's pretty tough. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, what's up, Daniel? How are you, man? What's up, Michael E? Good to see you, man. I can already tell I'm going to have to, we are going to have to probably turn, probably most of my stuff is going to have to come up. If it is, let me know. I'm sure it's probably going to have to. Let's go ahead and do that right now. I can already tell it's going to be really quiet. Alright, so once we get going, you guys let me know if that's a little too much or if it's just right. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Alright, let's do that. Now we got that one rolling. Let's go ahead and flop up the second one here. Let's watch all your temperatures and stuff go up, turbines, props, all that stuff ought to go up. And then once it does, should see prop come up, engine temperatures, internal temps come down. Good deal. They're fully feathered props right now. Hey, what's up, Joseph? How are you, man? That's good with earbuds. Yeah, it's not too bad, man. Not too bad. Alright, so we got a gear. Let's see, flaps. Alright, so that's a new one. I would imagine eventually at some point we're gonna have an update on this plane, because you cannot change the actual directional gyro and match it up to the compass. It's matched anyway, but for whatever reason they don't give you that one. Alright, turn our rudder boost on and let's turn our bleed air back off, at least for right now. Prop sync on. Alright, so runway left here, let's go ahead and pull up our chart. So runway left is going to be, runway 8 is going to be right here. So we're somewhere right around here. So we're going to hop right out, right in front of us, take a left, and that's going to put us right here at the runway. And let's just double check. I believe 8's, let's see, runway 8 was right traffic pattern. So we'll get up, we'll climb out, and we'll basically pull a pattern about 1,500 feet above the ground. And right now altimeter's at 2994, so that's good. All right. Now, excuse me, two other, let's go ahead and turn that back on gen. Left gen, I don't think it matters. Alright, so the other thing, okay. Let me check one more thing here. Hey, what's up, Chance? How are you there, buddy? Once we get up in the air, I'll be a little bit better to kind of talk with you guys a little bit. Just want to check one thing on my panels here, just make sure. All right, so that one's okay. Let me make sure all these other ones. All right, good. So I've got the cool thing is here. Let's see. Yeah, so on my GPS here, whenever we are going to be in this particular flight mode here, I can pull this up anytime I want to. But the cool thing is all of this right here is all controlled. So we can zoom in and hit all the flight plan and the nav planning and everything else and kind of check what we're doing. So pretty slick. Pretty slick. I like it. Hey, what's up, Gamer Bomb? How are you? Good to see you. Let's get ready to do a little takeoff here. See, so the two other things here that I do have. We'll go ahead and run this up just a little bit. There we go. The couple of things that I do have are XP Realistic and X Camera. Those are two of my favorites, and that's kind of what's going to give you the feeling that you're, actually somewhat in the plane. Thank you there, Flight Cam. Appreciate that subscription. That's how we're. Oh shoot! Nobody told me we still had the cabin door down. I forget this one doesn't do it automatically. Don't worry about that, peeps. What's up, AJ? How are you there, brother? Thank you guys for being thanks for being patient with me. Just trying to, get things up and off the ground here. Literally. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn COM 2 on that way. If we decide we want to go somewhere else or fly to a new airport, we certainly can do that. Have the sweater done tomorrow? Holy crap. I'm glad you did there, Night Fury. Oh, that's good, man. Well, I'm glad y'all having fun with it. I can't wait to really do some really cool stuff in this. I've got some really cool things like Alaskan flight, stuff. There we go. I've got Alaska flight. We've got island hops already planned. Trying to work on some flight plans through some of that stuff. A lot of it, once we get into it full swing, is going to be on VATSIM or on the network. Some of this, especially over here in this, is going to be all in Pilot Edge as well. So I'll run straight into Pilot Edge as fast as I can. Especially staying there over VATSIM. So just looking here, flaps, we don't really, well, yeah, we can take off flaps, it's fine. We don't even have any people on here, so it's not a big deal. I'm pretty slack when it comes to a lot of this stuff. When it counts, when it counts, we definitely will sport it. We'll sport what we need to.
Approaching 08.
And that is, of course, you probably wouldn't have that on the Beech 1900, but it is a plug-in that I do have. It's the runway auditory alert system. So, no faith, Michael. No faith, bro. What's up, Chad? Good to see you, man. Everyone's like, wait.
On runway 08.
All right, so right traffic out of this, so we got to climb up so we don't hit the mountain. All right, here we go. Woo! Positive there. We'll get our gear up. Watch out for the squirrel. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and start backing things off here so we don't get in the pattern too fast. Alright, we'll bring that last little flap down and we'll start backing our engine off here. Oh yeah, Jeff K, man. Amen, bro. Amen. Man, I was so disappointed in that. I saw all that X-Plane 10 stuff on for sale. I was like, oh yes, and I was like, oh wait. I was like, what is this? Alright, so I'm gonna run my pattern just a wee bit tall here because I'm gonna make sure we swing out, but we got to be up enough here that we're going to be able to get up above. So about 2,000 feet above, so we're right on that, about 700 feet past elevation. So somewhere right around the 2,700, I guess. You know, FPS, honestly, I don't know. Let me check on you there. Where is that? 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 Data output, frame rate, showing cockpit. I think that's right. So it looks like right now, full res, we're running 30 solid with maximum. It's maxed out. It can't go any further. I see a lot of times once you get above here, once you get above here, it'll definitely get a little bit more. Once you get out of the main areas. Alright, so if you want to see runway stuff, see where we're at. So there's Burbank, you can see the airport there, so kind of gives you some visuals. It's great to have in the GPS. I mean, people always give it a bad rap, you know. Yep, so there's Burbank there on our right. Greetings from Turkey, one of your fans. Well, what's up? How are you, man? Good to see you. Negative goes right in the pattern. What's up, Justin Moore? Laying the tower. Yes, Dennis. You're asking if it's a turbo prop for, yeah, this is. Well, in this kind of a plane, Nissan, it's pretty much just hold on for the ride, man. You just hope for the best. Yeah, we're all hand here. I haven't. I don't really like using the autopilot on this thing because it's like a pop-up window that's kind of weird. So this one actually, once you get it trimmed, it's actually really nice. All right, so we'll I guess up here at Hyman, you'll see it there. Actually, no, you won't. There you go, Hyman there on the GPS. There, we're fixing to go right past it. That's going to be one of the couple of fixes. So we're going to make that be our approach fix coming in on the pattern here. Go a little bit. Yeah, y'all can nod that, yeah, because that was funny. I've heard that a couple times, Nissan. That's a good one. All right, so once we back our speed off here, be a little bit of a short final here, so we'll keep the pattern close for our first couple. Now that right there is XP realistic, is what you're hearing. That's not the sounds of the airplane. Just so everybody knows. And this will be too when it comes in. Oh, you're not going to die. Good grief. It's a sim. Nobody dies in the sim. That's what the sim's for. this one, I'm actually just going to land it. And then we're going to taxi back and take off again. So we'll peel off here, cross over. Everybody's a critic. Everybody's a critic. Mainly because, for whatever reason, in this plane, the trim it really takes a lot. So by the time you actually get down, once you actually get down on here, it takes quite a bit to get you back up and rolling again. Yeah, well, they are blue whale. They are.
Approaching 3-3.
All right, sounds good there, Willoughby. Have a good one. All right, so we'll take back off 8 again. Roll up that way one more time. Oh, nice, man. Yeah. Yeah, the pedestals worked good. It's taken me a long time to get everything programmed and get it all set. It works. Well, I won't say it works natively, but it does work natively with default aircraft like an FSX, P3D. But if you're going to use this for X-Plane, then you have to have another software, which in itself is, well, it's not really simple. It's taken me a long time. I've had to do a lot of learning. As well as do some of the others, and kind of, you know, have to kind of really just bare bones with it and kind of power through a couple of weeks there. It was disheartening. I really thought I'd made a wrong investment. It wasn't all at what they said it was. You know, when they were selling it for X-Plane, you can do it. You just, you know, if you're a noob on the console, or not a console, but if you're a noob on the PC, you don't really know what's going on. It's not to say that you can't do it. It's just going to take a lot of learning. But you know, some people, that's fine. Well, I mean, X-Plane. Well, I mean, there's mods in it. We got this, the Coronado 1900. You know, Burbank's a mod off the org, and we've got XP Realistic, X Camera. You know, just the standards. Nothing terribly fancy, but I mean, really, X-Plane. There's kind of your go-tos of things you have, and things that really are kind of, you know, they're kind of frou-frou on the side that kind of, I do have a lot with Fly with Lua. So I've got a lot of sky colors and all the clouds, and I've got all that stuff kind of in. I don't have X Enviro yet. So I'm pretty, I won't say I'm new in X-Plane 11, but I'm new enough to make sure I want to get the pedestal and get all that stuff working right first before I jump down the proverbial rabbit hole of that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Well, there's nobody on, so if I taxi at 15 knots, everyone's going to leave the room because they don't want to see me go 15. They want to see me fly. All right, so everything's still set there. All right, good. Let's roll it out again. Barstow to Burbank. Well, I've got it set up to potentially tonight go.
Approaching 0.
I had it set up to potentially go to San Jose, but that's a little bit of a ways out. If anything, maybe just get the, you know, what we could do is maybe just get everything programmed, especially into the 530, get things rocking and rolling there, and then we may just kind of end it up once we get into cruise and get comfy at our final cruise destination, that kind of thing.
0, 8, flaps.
All right, so let those bring down. Here we go. You can do Red Bull Air Races. They do have some tracks for download. Hey, what's up, Chance? Well, it's a flight sim. So I mean, you're essentially really coming up here to fly from point to point. The whole entire world at your fingertips. You know, realistically. He's called it the game. It's like anything else, except think of this more like a. I tell you what, let's just do a little VFR over the mountain here. And we don't have to get any kind of flight clearance, you know. This is all just kind of showing you guys the game too, especially a lot of my guys. I see a lot of new faces as well, but a lot of my guys have never seen anything like this unless they've watched some FSX videos. So give you guys the little grand tour here. There's the Carno 1900 there, and we can, of course, we can make things dark in here. Oh yeah, let's kind of give you an idea what the night lighting looks like here in X-Plane. Oh, we need to get our position lights on. Now let's get back out and try that. There we go. If it's holding your rod. Yeah, it doesn't sound the best outside. I'll give you that, Dennis. I'll give you that. Hey, what's up, Random? So we'll make a long pattern here. We'll land it and then we'll set up to go to San Jose, and we'll at least we'll file out there on a departure and actually file navigate. Yeah, someone had asked what the real object of X-Plane is. The object is to simulate being a pilot without the danger. I mean that's at the end of the day, that's really what it's about. You can come in here and simulate. You can learn. You can do all kind of other things, but you can do it within the safety of your own home. And you can be that 730, pilot if that's all. If you can see there off in the distance there, that's LAX, right there, right in our center right now. It's LAX over there, literally right on their doorstep, airspace and all. Well, let's see. Let's go ahead and we'll go give you guys a look at the GPS there. So pretty much to our 2 o'clock right now is Bob Hope, Burbank. So we're going to kind of come over this mountain. Then we're going to kind of bring a long final in back into runway 8 there. And then once we land there, we may just go ahead and pull off to the side, and then we'll check and see. We'll check and see what we got, and we may just go ahead and set up the GPS here for a flight out to San Jose. And we'll at least get started that way. I don't think I'm going to do the whole flight. So that's going to kind of push it off a little bit. And I've got some other things tonight I want to do. Got some announcements maybe coming in here in a week here with the channel. So, how was Blue gone? All right, man. Have a good one there, Bluewell. Simulated flight from Boston to JFK. Zoop, zoop. But one thing I'll say about these planes is they're absolutely fantastic to trim out. I mean, they fly. They're pretty much flying themselves. I mean, I'm doing a little bit. I got a little bit going on here, but not too much. Where's your martini? I tell you what, honestly, random, the shortest flights are the ones that are they're usually the ones that are the, not really scariest, but they're the ones that usually take the most planning. Beautiful out there. It's good, man. So we'll go ahead and start a descent here and start pulling back around. Martinis for moms first. There you go. Well, I think we can make that happen. Hey, what's up, Graybog? How are you, man? We got okay, we got Van Nuys right there in front of us. Now we're going to be think about anything over here is there's always an airport somewhere. You know, it's kind of like Margaritaville. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Well, in California, there's an airport somewhere. You never run out of gas in SoCal. Yeah, actually, I think there is, Chris. Ironically. Whoops, too bad, everybody. There you go. Yeah, Michael's right. He's spilling the secrets. Push the bots. Yeah, I was wondering where old Susie and Rachel were tonight. So waiting for our airspeeds there, top left there where our horizon is. You can see our blue and the brown. I overshot that turn just a wee bit. So we'll pull our gear down. And that's really going to slow us down. We'll pop our flaps there. So we're going to land here, and then we'll set up. We'll at least fly the departure out, and then I may finish out the cruise there. Maybe we can pick up on the next one. We'll have to do us a full in and out. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I've been really testing this, but I really wanted to see what you guys thought. See what you thought here of just you know, having X-Plane, having all the stuff up, having the charts up, all these kinds of things. We'll definitely get into more in depth with this. I don't want you guys to get frustrated saying, oh well, I don't know what he's doing, so therefore I'm not going to go watch him anymore. Yeah, I wish that I had some people to watch on X-Plane whenever I was whenever I was starting out. YouTube, I mean, honestly, when X-Plane 9 was around, YouTube was not like was not like a force of nature like it is now. There's so much good content out there, it's not even funny. Yeah, well you can, yeah, you should be able to see them there. Down there in the very bottom. Now my yoke, you could, but then you wouldn't be able to see the base. So I've got another camera that I'm going to be using for that, so. I'm not sitting, well I am in the plane, but not myself. All right, cool. All right, let's make it a little bit daylight here. I've got a couple things. Whoops, just so we can see everything. Let's go ahead and do this. What's the console? Okay, so this is a GoFlight. GoFlight Incorporated is the producer of this. And basically what it is pretty much everything. Now it's modeled more towards the 737, so I know it doesn't match this, but it's where all my radios are. So communications are down here, my navigation, radio beacons, code stuff's all down here, and then I've got other stuff like GPS is all controlled here. I've got landing gear stuff is all here, and then autopilot up here. Now this works with the 737. Right now I've got it with the 1900, and it's more or less just a few things. I'm not using everything out of here like it was out of a 737. I mean, it's just not very realistic. So I've got all of this down here is all communication. So we tune in radio, tune in frequencies to talk to control towers, all that kind of stuff. So once we actually get online and are actually talking to real time simulator guys like myself that do the same exact thing, I think you guys are gonna be like, whoa, what the heck? There's a whole nother stack of sandwich that stacks on top of this. It's pretty cool. So alright, so I'm just going to do this. We'll set up our departure. We'll pull the charts up, that way you guys can see at least what I'm looking at. Once we get past let's get this plane up here. Let's see, let's go and take all this stuff off. That is correct there, Chuck. Yep, everything's functional. I just haven't tuned any radio frequencies yet, but typically we would be tuning tower, you know, clearance, ground, tower, departures, centers, and those are constantly changing all the time. It depends on how you fly them, Jeff. I will tell you this, especially if I've got flight sim guys that are like, hey, I'm not really in it for a 4-hour flight from, you know, from JFK to XYZ. So what I do and what I'm going to do is probably be doing flights that are going to be less than an hour and a half. So if you want to be able to see a full flight from an hour to hour and a half, stuff that's going to be up the coast, stuff that you basically get up to cruise, you hang out for about 5 or 10 minutes, maybe 15, and then you're back in the descent back down to land. I kind of like that stuff because it's busy and I just don't have 4 hours to sit over here and fly. So autopilot for the win. I don't even use it in this plane. You don't have to. It's just such a good plane to fly, so good. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and spin around here, and then let's at least set up. I'm gonna pull up some charts, at least one chart here, to help aid us in our escape out of Burbank. It's like, what? Escape from what? What are we escaping from? All right, we'll have to jetty in some more fuel right quick. All right, now I think that's everything. All right, so this all pretty much goes. I'm not going to completely break all of this up. Break a top of coffee in the morning. There you go, man. Hey, what's up, Abusive Games? How are you? All right, so let's do this. I'm gonna pull up a few charts now and just explain for some of you, especially my guys that don't know any of this or what's going on. So here is your basic outlook of the airport. As you can see, this is exactly what it looks like from the sky, and all the information is on here. The biggest thing that I look at, you guys were asking, what about all this functional stuff down here? That's all here basically off this top right here. So anything from your weather to clearance, ground tower, and everything else. This basically gets you everything. This tells you everything you need to know while you're on the ground in the airport. How to taxi, what to be looking for, what spots are dangerous. As you get online, you'll see a lot more planes on the ground, so there'll be a lot more paying attention to some of these things and doing that way. So let's do this. I'm gonna pull up my flight plan, which I kind of already had in the bank, just in case we made it to this point. So I figure why not? We'll just go ahead and do it. Let's see, sim brief. All right, so we're departing Kbur, which is KBUR, and then we're going to SJC. So, Van Nuys marks. All right, so it's got us going off a couple of here. So we're going to go the Van Nuys 3 departure, which is this one right here. That's what it looks like. And don't worry if it if it freaks you out, it's fine. It freaked me out the first time I saw that stuff too. All right, so in our GPS, we'll set up us a new flight plan. So there's Kbur. So we will go ahead and bring our cursor down, and then we'll go ahead and type in KSJC. It'd be nice if I knew my alphabet. There it is. Yes. All right, so we'll accept that. Oh yeah, thanks there, Ron. Appreciate it, buddy. So there we go. There's GPS. That's what we're looking at. So Kbur and KSJC. That's San Jose. That's Burbank to SJC. That's what we're looking at. Now from there we can select the departure. So we'll go ahead and select our departure. From there will be the VNY3. That's the Van Nuys 3. I'll get into more informational live stream videos once we get there, but I'm not going to completely pile drive you guys with tons of info. But like, yeah, I'm done. I worked all day. I'm ready to go home, go to bed. Yeah, okay, Gary. Well, I was going from instrument, and then I had a little bit of an accident that was not my fault. Somebody else did something stupid, and I paid a heavy cost for it. So after that, birth of the kid just wasn't that interesting. So we're going to take off runway 8 for the Van Nuys departure, and we are going to be transitioning via the Avenal, which is this VOR up here. So a VOR is basically just think of this as a beacon that shoots out signals 360 degrees. You tune into that beacon, and you can follow from anywhere around it as long as you're close enough to tune into it. You can fly literally straight to it. So that's what we'll do. We'll fly out to Avenal. So let's go ahead and we'll load that. Load. So there we go. So runway 8. Then it's got vectors all the way up to VNY. We can just, whoops. So we can cycle through all these and check them. All these are nice fixes all the way up the line here. So there's Twine, and then Gorman. There's that right there. That's the VOR. And then Correz, and then Avenal. So this whole entire departure, if you're looking on the chart, we are, let's see, where is Burbank? Okay, so we're right here. So we'll take off, and this Ibiho, this fix right here, and we'll take this line all the way up. And then San Jose is right off the Avenal. So, what's up, Skylar? How are you there, bud? Hope you're doing well, man. Well, it's okay, Josh. Don't let it, just every time I do this, I'm very much an informational guy, so I like to try to do my best, because I realize a lot of my people that have been watching probably don't know all this stuff. And it's fine. There's going to be guys that come in that know a lot about X-Plane. There's going to be guys from mine that don't know anything about it. You know, like I said, just if you got questions, please ask. I'll be glad to explain some things within reason. And then, yeah, and Jeff's right. There's a lot of stuff online. A lot of stuff online. I mean, literally anything you just want to stop. What's up, Def? Man, hope we're going somewhere hot. We are in California, man. So we are good, man. So, all right, good night there, Megawatt. Have a good one. All right, so that's pretty much that. Now, you've got obstacles and everything that you're going to need to keep track of. I'm not going to get into all this text down here. This is just not enough time in the day. It really doesn't matter. But you got your initial climb. So runway 8, these are important. So climbing right, turn to heading 213. So basically, you're just going to flip-flop around the airport, turn around, climb, and then it's going to basically shoot you back out the backside because you've got all these mountains in front of you. So that's Cali Fires. Yeah, we're in Burbank, so we're pretty close to them. Pretty close to them. And then we're going to tune in Van Nuys. So y'all ask what this bottom stuff is. You probably can't see it because it's kind of small there, and I don't know if stream's really doing a good job of displaying it. But I'm actually going to put in 113.1, and then we'll put that in our radios, and that we can put that over. Now you should see when I do that, you'll see my gauges in the middle. The bottom two left there in the screen, you'll see those all start moving. So that means that it's actually tuning in to that. So now all I have to do is put a few other things in myself to get us going in that direction, and we'll be set and ready to go. So pretty cool stuff. I like it. It's good. That's where you, yeah, that's where you marked anyway. All right, so runway 8, climbing right turn, heading to 213. All right, so we've got our 213 degrees in here in our heading, and that's mainly just for me, just to be able to turn the heading bug. I'm not actually going to use not actually going to use anything on this. And our altitude, at least for the remainder of this flight, is 20,000. So we'll get good and climb on the way up, and then we'll consider our test somewhat complete. All right, have a good one there, Random. Good to see you, man. Thanks for coming in, stopping in, and hanging out with us for a bit. Actually, I might just go ahead and stop it at the transition altitude. That's all right, man. It's good stuff. All right, so that's pretty much that. I'm not going to get into all these and how they all correspond. Pretty much everything's run to a GPS type atmosphere now anyway. So don't get totally wrapped up in all of that. Now, the other thing you can also do is select in an arrival to your other airport. So our other airport is San Jose, so we can go ahead and put that in because we know at least with the way we are arriving. And if I'm not mistaken, let's see. So we will be arriving looks like these, is it even on here? Should be. Silicon 4? Yeah, there it is. So Silicon 4 transition trucks. And don't know what runway, but we can at least plan. So we're going to be flying in the direction of, we're just going to put 12 right in there. But we can change that later on. All right, so everything should be loaded. So we zoom out. There you go. See our all the way up there. It's pretty slick. I like that. That works. All right, let's hit it. I'm ready. Y'all ready? I'm ready. Y'all ready? All right, so I'm just gonna pull up a little bit of light here. Always makes it easier when you guys are, you know. All right, so we'll pull that off. Let's go ahead and pull that up. So right now, if we're reading this chart right now, we are right here-ish. It looks like we're Charlie 8, so we're right here. We see Charlie 8's the taxiway right across from me. So we're right here, so we're going to hop out, take a left, and then go out the same way. Same way we came in, and then from there we can follow GPS or do whatever. So. Hey, what's up, Jake the Gun Snake? Hope you're doing well there, buddy. I feel like I'm sitting up very close to this plane. Let me See if we can't. Oh, that's why. No, it's not wanting to. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Check the blinker fluid. Yeah, no blinkers on this. So we'll just make sure here. I'm gonna put in a couple more frequencies here. So Van Nuys gets this one right here. That's 113.1, and our next VOR is going to be Gorman is at 116.1. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that one in, just so we can track that one. And we'll see. You should see a lot of stuff here on the. You should see a lot of this start moving around. So I guess let's see what we're going. We're going to tracking the 140. Okay, cool. All right. I think I'm ready. Oh yeah, nav lights are. Well, yeah, but they're not blinkers, man. Oh, Gamer Mom's still sipping. Gamer Mom's still sipping on the martinis. Oh, you're talking about the strobes. Yeah, the strobes, they blink, but not independently. You will never win, J-Paul. You'll never win. The screen door, yeah. I'm so excited. You're going to have to tell the Gamer Dad. Y'all going to have to email me a picture, man. I'm so excited. Can't tell anybody on stream they don't know. You can't tell them what I'm getting. All right. Flaps down. All right, let's go do it again. Hey, what's up, Daryl? Yeah, man, flying the 1900. The next jet. If you look at the tie, look at the call sign there, the aircraft. It says sexy. I don't know if anybody caught that, but I did. Sexy. Man, I feel like...
On runway 0.
Right, let's back up off this. There we go. Feel a little claustrophobic in this plane. Alright, I'll go ahead and put the yoke up. That way you guys can see that a little bit there in the corner. Alright, so we'll pull that off. And I think that's it. So, climbing right turn to 213 off runway 8. Pretty much once you gear and your flap goes up there and you're back on your actual climb, then we'll go ahead and take that climbing ride. So we'll climb out at about 180. That's about what I'm going to try to climb out at. Hey, what's up? Optimal Gaming. Man, it's good to see you, dude. It's been a while. I hope you're doing well, man. Hey, what's up, Coffee, man? Alright, so we got a good climb there, so let's go ahead and start to level out our engines a little bit where things aren't running quite so hot. wait a minute. Yeah, Jeff's right. Someone asked. Yeah, it's the 1900 from Coronado. And the sounds are a little better because I've got XP Realistic in. XP Realistic's awesome because you get to add all these environmental, I guess you could say all these environment submersion. Submersion's not right. Immersion. There you go. So immersion stuff. It's really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and turn, at least right now. I'm going to leave it on VOR1 because right now we're tracking the 255 out. Actually, no, we're not. There would be 255 out. There you go, man. Hey! There it is. Thank you there, Grey Bog. Appreciate your sponsorship, buddy. And welcome to the sponsor crew, man. Thanks for, literally, thanks for coming aboard. Was that too cheesy? Oh, man, that's good. Good stuff. Good stuff. Hey, thank you there, James 420 Gamer. Appreciate that, buddy. You should use ADF nav, yeah, buddy. Well, we use which ones are left. There's not too many of them still actually operational. Hopping in mid-flight. Yeah, I would say hopping in mid-flight. Yeah, it probably was a Challenger, but. Alright. So, make sure we don't run our engines too hot here. Like to keep everything in the green. Oh, no worries there, Optimal. Man, no worries, man. I appreciate any kind of support you guys give me when you give it. It's quite okay. All right, so we would expect vectors by this point, so we'll go ahead and turn. So vectors can take us forever. You see a lot of our clouds and stuff up here. Pretty cool stuff. Up 10,000 feet now. And we'll go ahead and let's go direct. Actually, you know what? From where we're at, let's just go on and go direct Twine. We would probably get one of those either way. Vectors, yeah, Twine, and then I just want to go direct to activate. There you go. So Twine's next. So now we're going to go ahead and finish our. Oh, the space jump's cool, man. All right, so we got that. Let's clear off of that and go back to our nav. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and switch my stuff over here, just we can go ahead and also track, we can go ahead and track the Gorman VOR, which is going to be coming up when we hit Twine. So looking at our chart here, here's Gorman, and that says that R142, that's what I'm going to set in my course, and that is going to allow us to be able to track that in. And I'll show you how the lines and all those needles work. right. So there's that. So we're pretty much on our way. Got GPS up running here, so you can kind of see airspace, see where we're at. So there's passing Burbank right there. Oh, I have there, Jake. Certainly have. There's a couple of good ones out there, man, if you like that deep sound, that open pipe sound, man. Hey, I'm curious, man, has anybody got the new ETS stuff yet? I would imagine a few of you guys have. Zep, you don't know the DLC? Yeah, it came out today. It's the ultimate heavy haul Euro truck. Man, and a new sponsor to add to the mix there, Mr. K. Gary, man. Awesome, K. Gary. Thank you for your support there, buddy. As always, man. Oh, nice, Walter. Yeah, man. Absolutely, Coffee. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. Absolutely, Jake. I would totally second guess that. ETS is way further along down the line, but in its defense, it's got like a 5-year jump. I could make some pretty boring pilot videos there, K. here, but.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. FTG. We're now crossing on a transition altitude, 15,000 feet. Currently on a heading of 212, tracking down 340. Thank you, K. Area, for your sponsorship.
Yeah, we can make it happen. Yeah, it's a good day, you know, we're just off the cuff.
And Bud comes in front of, we're going to mount some sidewinders on your plane, FTG.
Now the cool thing is if you're looking at GPS here, I love this, and 530 is so freaking awesome, because it actually is going to tell me here in a minute. Oh, it should. In 30 seconds, it should tell me. Close enough. It'll tell us to turn to a certain degree, and that'll basically kind of get us back on the. That'll pretty much get us on the up and up. Let's see if it does it. There it is. So it's telling us a direct track to 325. So we're going to be tracking out that way. So I love that. It's telling us in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then the next one goes in. So Twine is packed. So now we're going Twine to Casta. So the GVS, you know, itself is almost another flight management system, flight management, not really computer, but it's so much more than what you think of your GPS via what your car does, you know. I think actually I'm going to stop at 18. 18 seems like it's going to be just fine. So now we're not climbing, we can pull a little bit of our fuel mixture out so we're not running quite so rich. Alright, so this is one of those deals where this is kind of what I've been talking about the whole entire time. Like, it's pretty cool, but once you get to this point, it's like, oh, okay, alright, well, you know, now you've got a lot longer to go. Let me see if it will tell me. Alright, so I've got distance, but I don't have track. Let's see. Yeah, it's 257 miles, nautical miles to either way. So that's going to be it's going to be a good haul. So we'll definitely be doing some smaller stuff with this one. So maybe something less than like let's say less than 100. Okay, Gary thought it was me. I thought it was. Well, we get the guys at the FBO to put some on there. Hey, what's up, Elijah? Well, good to see you, man. Well, thanks. I appreciate the support, bro. Yeah, man. I actually this is probably, I won't say it's going to be my home, but I've just got so much invested in it. I want to get online because I really think once we get online, you guys are gonna be like, oh man, this is so cool. I love this. We've got some some cool. Just some cool trips planned. A lot of Alaska flying, some island hopping down in the Caribbean. Just stuff, standard stuff, but it's a lot of fun to do. But once we roll out and do some stuff there with ATC, man, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. Beautiful mountains here, sunset. I mean, just absolutely incredibly gorgeous. I do have a couple of Fly with Lua Friends files in there. Not really a lot. Don't have a ton. Everything's pretty. I'm still flying by hand, by the way. So I mean, that's how steady and even keel this plane is. We're every bit of this is still by hand. So pretty sleek, man. Pretty slick. Gamer Bob's so disappointed. Like, why is he not wrecked yet? Ted, go it. I wanted to see somebody pull an FTG. Kobe's like, hey, I'm already there, bro. Yeah, Chris, they are, man. I'm not going to lie. There's not a lot of, I won't say there's not a lot of computers, but to be able to run it well up there and then be able to process your your add-ons and stuff. I mean, you got to have a pretty sizable computer. And actually, in all honesty, I actually built my computer. I built it to go with this, So, people always kind of give me that 1-2 as to why I went that particular route. Well, that's why. All right, so it should be turning this back over. Oh yeah, Gorman. So yeah, we're still tracking to Gorman. It does take fuel. We're actually, we've got about a quarter of a tank left in. So that's fuel right here on our left panel. They already have VR in X-Plane, I think, or at least they're testing it. I don't know that it's fully implemented yet, but I think it's in testing. Louise, thank you for your subscription. Appreciate it. Yeah, no native VR. Yeah, you're right. I have seen them doing it though, so I know it's I guess it's at least a test that they're giving it some thought. I'm always kind of like, the VR is nice, but the whole clickable region, the whole apparatus of VR. I will say this in honesty, especially for you X-Plane nuts, because I know we've had I won't say X-Plane nuts. I won't go that far. But I know we've had some guys. Whoops. I know we've had some guys that have been looking at different aspects of I guess my talks, like with guys that I know. We're always constantly talking about running one monitor, running two, running three, running five, running one on the edge for charts, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then the other part of it is like, when you run VR, like that stuff goes away. Now, the only thing I would say, if you had a pedestal base, something similar to this, then I guess it would be something you could potentially do. If you had VR, you would be able to look around, but you just have to know where all your switches and buttons are. You wouldn't be able to have like that real life sight. And that's the only part that bothers me, is you lose. Like with this, if you want to invest in this, then you kind of lose this aspect of it, which kind of sucks. So I would say, Keith, to answer your question, SATEC stuff and CH throttle stuff. You know, eBay's a good friend, so be looking for SATEC and CH products. Those two right there are going to be a couple of things that you're going to want to be checking out, and those are at least going to they're at least going to help you get started, I think. A lot of people have, you know, they get really, you know, they're pretty successful with that. Trying to get this thing to go back. I just want to clear out of here so I go back to, there we go. VNAV, that's the one I was missing. I need to put that one in there. Go back to our maps. There we go. Oh yeah, sure, we certainly can there, Def. Now I know the engine is not the most powerful, but I actually have a lot of it turned down. I think I've got a lot of the exterior. No, it is turned up. Okay, well, it's just weak. Yeah, I know, Dennis. I wish their sound architecture would get a little better. Now, the 737 I have, you guys are going to be like, what the heck? That thing is, it is all decked out when it comes to the sound on it. Whoop, whoop. Oh, off. Whoop, whoop. What's up, Blaine? How are you, man? Still some cashews. Yeah, I think on the next one, I think we will roll out in that. I've got all the F-mod sounds we're running with. I'm still working with the FMC. I'm still somewhat, you know, somewhat new to it. Pretty good bit there, Luis, or Lewis. I guess the way I guess what I'm thinking about now. All right, so this could be direct track to Gorman. Let me see what I've got up here in the way of airports, and I think if I'm not mistaken, we can search that. Let's see. Then we can go nearest waypoint, nearest. Let's see, KTSP, what's that? VFR runway 4,000 feet. Bearing of 036. What you want me to zoom into there, Blaine? Honestly, I don't know, Dennis. Well, I do actually, I have to say I do know. Because I've got XP Realistic sounds in, and XP Realistic is more like a sound immersion program. Plug-in, I should say. And it's adding a lot of in cockpit, but it's not adding, it's not adding the other stuff in there. Yeah, Jeff. We'll have to just do a bunch of circles around them. Absolutely, Jeff. Absolutely. ETS and as well as ETS and the what the other will do. Alright, so fuel quantity starting to match propulsion is down, so I knew we'd get to that point. Let's look and see. Let's put in KTSP. Let's see if it'll let us go direct to KTSP. Happy Municipal. Alright, activate. Why not? Woo! Here we go. Alright, hang on guys, we're gonna descend. I was like, wait, what? Alright, so there's KTSP, and I'm trying to think what else is around here. Oh, okay, so there's Vegas right over there. Well, actually not right over there. It's actually a little ways away. Yeah, bomb and run.
Everybody have our seat backs, your tray tables in our upright lock position. Flight attendants, prepare for descent.
Alright, so let's see what else we've got in here. Let's see if we got an approach on here. Don't know if we've got anything in line plan wise. And two, if you're doing VFR, and I'll pull the lights up here just to show you, you know, depending on where you're going, you got to be careful, especially in the mountain passes. There's always,
Altimeter setting.
up here in NorCal, there's always, there's always good places to fly and challenging places to fly, but also most of them are all up here in NorCal, are all in the mountains. So it makes it challenging, but you know, these last minute pulling out of here and going somewhere else, and trying to find, well, there's that. So let's see if we can select this something here. Let's go back. All right, so that's KTSP's in there. All right, see if we can select an approach right quick. There's none selected for KTSP. All right, so this might be an only VFR. Oh, nice, Nick. Yeah, we might. Hey, what's up, Heinars? Where is Area 51? It's in Ryan's TeamSpeak. Oh, Green Lake. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's back out of this, and there we go. Let's get back into, whoops, come on now. Gotta have our VNAV to get back over to our, there we go. Alright, so we got two airports side by side. So I guess if we're on a VFR, we'll have this, no problem. Now, just let you know, we are literally on E. So we've got, what is that? 1, 10, 8, 6, 2, like four in each. We might have to. Pretty flames. What are you talking about, Dennis? I think not, buddy. I think not. Let's see if we can pull a, let's see if we can pull KTSP. So I'm going to find that one. J. Paul, what do you mean dead stick it? You mean you talk about cutting the engines off? Land with the gear up. Alright, so I think from here, let's see what else. Let's see what else we got here. Airspace near the head, sure. Alright, so there's the airport. A little flashing green beacon there. I'm gonna shoot the gap here, and we're gonna go to KMHD. No, we're not. Fuel quantity's too low. Never mind. Let's just land it here. I don't know. This one doesn't have the exact. Well, the ground speed, I guess, will be inside. I'm not sure if it won't display in the GPS unless you go back into a few settings. Indicated airspeed's right at about 160. Almost. You got to be careful of the road right there. Man, Dennis, dude. Wow. Dennis is rough tonight, man. No whole bar for FTG tonight. Man. Whew. It's like ain't nobody getting away with nothing tonight. You'll see it right down here on our bottom left, right there out the window. And so there's that little runway there. No guts, no glory. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I think right there in front of us, I think it was a helipad thing. After one more try at it.
Caution, taxiway. Caution, taxiway.
Almost Top Gun landing. Almost, man. Almost. We'll go up here and we'll spin around and do it one more time. Drop in right over the roadway here, which actually is going to be bigger. We just didn't have enough to land her. Absolutely there, K. Gary. Probably not enough, Jeff. That's why I'm trying to we'll see if we can kind of teardrop it around here. Yeah, why not? We almost ran out of fuel here, so that, you're right, man. That does make it more interesting. Had to climb up just to get past our we're still gonna be too high. Hey, what's up, John?
Approaching 1-1.
Oh, I love it. That worked out so good. It wasn't the prettiest turnaround, but, you know, hey, we survived. What's up, Noble? How are you, man? All right, let's see. Now we got to find our exit ramp over here. Yeah, so let me clear that off there. Yeah, so the console is GoFlight. So GoFlight INC is where you can pick up. They've got modules now. You can build your own. If you like a couple of these things, you know, let me know. I mean, I've got most of all the regular ones that they had. They've got a few other ones that I've never seen, but I wouldn't mind testing out just to see how they are. Let's see. Make sure we. Yeah, there's the line. Looking for my. Here it is. Yeah, but looking through a few of these things and looking at a couple, I've got most of the ones that are generic. I kind of went with, you know, some people said, well, hey, they make some stuff that looks just like a 737, or they make stuff that looks like this and X, Y, and Z. And, you know, I actually went with these guys just because everything about this was generic and really could apply to multiple planes. So it's kind of why I decided to go with them. But GoFlight INC, I need to put that link in the description here when we get done with the video. But yeah, GoFlightINC.com. And like I said, you can purchase any of these. You can purchase. They've got yokes for sale, a lot of things to enhance and up the level there of your gaming, especially when it comes to X-Plane. A lot of good stuff on there. Yeah, it is nice. It's taken a while to get it to this point. I really wanted to be doing this a lot earlier, but you know, it was what it was. Just took a lot to do it. So yeah, Dennis, we had to make a. We had to make it. I was hoping for this thing. You know, Keith, I gotta say, man, I wouldn't have been sad if I did it. That would have been pretty awesome, especially if we'd have pulled it off on the short runway. Oh, looks like the cop car's already up here, man. Nick, they already had the cops and the ambulance is all up here waiting, ready to go for us, man. Oh yeah. Well, part of that is yeah, you're exactly right, Walter. Well, I've spent a lot more time with it. Hey, what's up, John? How are you, man? Look at there. We can go ahead and tip our wing there to the copper. We made it there, bud. Thanks for coming to check on us. That's actually kind of cool. VR headset? Well, no. I don't believe it does anything with VR, so. I think they've been testing it. I don't think that anything's concrete. Nothing's actually out there, so. That's a lot of times, Def, I've gone through there and landed a plane in here, man. Yeah, it's not native, right? Yeah, I guess you'd almost call it third party. I have no idea where we're going, but this looks like a good road I'd like to take. Look at these nice little buildings back here. We can just pull right in the driveway. I am home. Alright, sweet. Alright, so we can turn so I'm not exactly sure what happened, but something happened with my bottom flip panels here. Probably what it does, I needed to restart the thing. So the switches did. That's why I didn't hit those switches a lot today. So and normally they would all be up and running. So we'll turn our bleed airs off, pitot tubes off, and then we'll go ahead and drag the mixture out. Feather our props out. Mince Flight, what's up, man? How are you? And there she goes. It's good looking stuff there, man. Plane looks really good. Looks really good. All right, cool. I think that's good for today. I'm pretty psyched about that. That was actually went a lot better than I thought it would. So. Good deal. All right, so I'm going to, based on that, and hopefully you guys make sure, if you like that, go ahead and make sure you like the video, and if you did like it enough to subscribe, please continue. I will continue to keep doing about said a million different words there at one time. I will be continuing to explain as well. I'll be going to building on part of what I've done. I've got 737, the Zebo mod there with the full FMC. With this pedestal base, everything is up, everything's working, everything's A-OK. I've also got the King Air 200 from Coronado and the 1900, and I will probably be purchasing the 208 here soon. But after that, yeah, everything's good. I'm really happy with it. I think things are good. Sounds good there, Bud. Yes, sir. Well, I had them on, Simon. Yeah, I had them on. I just since turned all my lights off there, and we pulled it down. So yeah, everything's good. So, oh, nice, Greg. What'd you think of it, man? Was it good? Was it a perfect 100, or does it still leave some to be? The 208's one of my faves. I don't know why I like it. So, 0 injuries on Swifty Board Day 1. There you go, man. Oh, don't lie. Oh, what's up there, Clarissa? Yeah, well, that's what I did, Greg. That's what I did, Greg Bog. I decided, you know what? It's time to, instead of vesting this, go fly real planes. That's what I did. So it's worth it to go save you up some money and go up and have a couple flights and see what happens. A lot of times that bug hits and then it's game on. I just didn't learn. I enjoy the learning aspect of it. Everything about learning this, to programming this, to doing everything there in X-Plane. It's just, it's, I don't know, it keeps the mind sharp. It's the one few thing in simulation, anyone can drive a truck down the road, anybody can, farm sim or anything like that. But to get in here and actually learn all the back-end knowledge and information to be able to do this online and be serious about it. I mean, you start getting into Pilot Edge and VATSIM, those controllers for Pilot Edge are actually paid to be there. They're providing FAA flight hours for somebody in a sim somewhere. So it's very serious, and people generally take it very serious. So I want to do the same thing and be as information packed as I can be, but also be mindful that not everyone really cares and wants to see a good flight and wants to hang out as well and doesn't want to be completely just inundated with info. So we'll try our best to keep that up. You guys let me know anything I can do, anything I can do a little bit better. If you like certain aspects of the stream, if you like the GPS and being able to, quickly pull up charts, like this, and, being able to search for some things, And these kinds of things. You know, if these kind of things were nice and you like being able to have those and GPS easily accessible, or if you'd like to see more, please let me know. You know, comment in the comment section. Say, hey man, I'd love it if you had this up on screen where I could see that. That would be really cool. And I'll do what I can to make sure that maybe see if I can make that happen. So, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, guys. I certainly did. It was actually a joy to kind of get back into X-Plane and start doing this again. So, yes. So anyway, I will be back. Let's see. Today is Wednesday. Potentially back tomorrow. We'll have to see what we can start streaming, but yeah, I've got to get back in it. We pretty much put everything into this for the past 3 or 4 days, which is why the streams have been a little bit quiet here on channel. So we're looking to kind of pick some things up, and hopefully maybe today or tomorrow or Friday we can start getting into. Maybe we can figure out when my wheel's going to be here, and we can maybe start thinking about some multiplayer ETS and ATS as well. So that should be good. So we'll see what happens with that. But until then, that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you all. So good day. Goodbye to all the sponsors. Thanks there to also our new sponsors there, K. Gary as well as Graybox. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. And all our new subscribers there as well. So I think we're probably getting pretty close to hitting our goal there. I think we were at 7,600 or something like that. So we're only a few offs, about 6 off. So that should be cool. I'm looking forward to it. So. Sounds good, guys. I will, yes, I'll see you there later, Joseph. Good night there, K. Gary. Thank you again for your support. Appreciate it, guys. And I'm sorry I didn't completely pull a Swifty tonight, but I think we did all right tonight. So, you guys pretty awesome. So we'll continue this on here ASAP as soon as possible. But until next time, guys, we'll see you. Always. No, never mind. I'm not even gonna go that way. Hey, yes, Gamer Mom, send me. You gotta send me something, a sneak peek or something. No. Don't send me nothing. Never mind. Don't send me nothing. Just surprise me. All right, you guys, take it easy. It's been real. It's been fun. Most of all, it's been real fun hanging out with you, especially here in chat. FTG United. We'll see you on the next live stream.